think they're a little drunk, man.
That'd be a good guess. Morning. My name is Officer Doerr at the Athens Police Department. The reason I'm stopping you is because you don't have any headlights or taillights on. Do you have your driver's license, registration, and insurance with you?
I have my driver's license.
Okay. Are there any guns in the car?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Where are you coming from tonight?
I'm just picking them up from the barn.
Okay, and where are you headed?
I'm just heading to River Park. I'm going to drive her.
Okay.
Sorry.
Whose car is it?
It's mine.
It's yours. Okay. How much do you had to drink tonight, Callista?
I've only had one drink.
One drink? What kind of drink was that?
It was wine.
Okay.
I had a Moscato.
Okay. I see the insurance. Do you have a current insurance card? This one says it expired in 2022.
Would on my phone work?
Yeah, if you have it on your phone.
My grandma honestly takes care of the insurance, so.
Okay, yeah, because this isn't even...
I know it's up to date, but I don't have it.
Okay. Where's that back? Let's do this. Set that back in your levels. I'm going to have you hop out to make sure you're okay to be driving, okay?
Okay.
You care to run this?
Hmm?
You care to run this since I got to try to get out of here?
Yeah.
No, you're okay.
All right, I'm going to have you step over here, actually, off the street.
We're gonna go right back over.
Oop, there she goes, right over there. Okay.
All right. Do you have any problems with your eyes or anything like that?
I have contacts in.
Okay, you have contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any sort of were you under the care of a doctor or anything like that?
I have polycystic kidney disease, but that's about it.
You what?
Polycystic kidney disease.
Polycystic kidney disease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then do you take like medications on a daily basis for that? No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For a while I was on blood pressure medication.
Blood pressure medication? Okay. Are you off that now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you wear glasses or anything like that?
Yeah.
But
when
you
I
have...
take my contacts out.
Okay. All right. Do you have any problems with your eyes other than like have you had any concussions or anything like that?
I don't think so. Other
No.
than soccer.
Other than soccer? Okay. But you don't know if you've ever had any concussions? Or you...
No. I've never been checked out for concussions.
You've never been checked out for concussions. Okay.
Right.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at my finger, okay? Can you see my finger?
Yes.
What I want you to do is I want you to look at the tip of my finger right there, okay? Can you see my finger?
Yes.
Okay. What I want you to do is follow my tip of my finger with your eyes only. Keep your head still. Do not move your head. Keep following my finger with your eyes only until I completed the test, okay?
Right.
Okay. Can you see it okay? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing, okay?
Right.
All right, now we're just going to go up, okay?
Right.
Okay. All right. So for this next one, what I want you to do is, do you have any problems with your back legs, inner ear, ankles, anything like that? No?
Not that I
Okay.
know of.
Not that you know of? Okay.
Right.
Not that you know of or not? I mean, I know you play soccer, but
Not that
If
I
you
know.
would,
I
if you would
swam
know
and
if
played
you have
soccer.
any. Okay. I
swam
mean,
and
so
played soccer.
okay. I mean, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use this crack right here.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll
We're
work.
gonna, we're gonna, huh?
That'll work. That one's a little more even. The middle one.
The middle one.
Yeah, the one she's on.
Okay. We're just gonna use this middle one right there. Okay.
Right.
So what I want you to do is I want you to put your left foot on that line. Put your right foot, put the heel of your right foot touching the toe of your left foot. Arms down at your side, stay in that position. Do not start the test until I tell you to do so. Do you understand?
Right.
All right. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you take 9 heel-to-toe steps down the line, turn by taking a series of small steps, and then take 9 heel-to-toe steps back.
No.
So, yeah, 9. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. On your 9th step, you're going to leave your front foot on the line, turn by taking a series of small steps just like this, okay?
Okay.
And then back.
Right.
1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. Now, it's important that while you do this, you watch your feet at all times, you count your steps out loud, keeps your arms down at your sides, and that you keep walking until you completed the test. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
You can go ahead and begin whenever you want.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. All right, very good. So, oh, you can go and relax. Okay, so for what's that?
No, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm freaking out.
No, what?
I've
What
never
are you afraid
been pulled
about?
over and I've just never been pulled over and done this before. So
Oh, okay.
I'm just a little bit nervous.
All right. Well,
I'm
no,
just
that's
being honest with you.
no, that's all right. That's all right. All right. So for this next one, what I want you to do is your feet together, arms down at your sides. Okay.
Right.
Stay in that position. Do not start the test until I tell you to do so. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for this next one, what I want you to do is I want you to raise either leg. Doesn't matter which leg. It's going to be 6 inches, and your foot is going to be parallel to the ground, just like this. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you're doing this, what I want you to do is I want you to count out loud in the following manner: 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes,
So,
sir.
like I said, while you're doing this, you want to watch your raised foot at all times. Count out loud the following manner that I described, and that you keep both legs straight and arms down at your sides. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
All right. Whenever you're ready.
1, 2,
But it needs to be parallel.
1, 2, 3,
Arms down at your sides.
5.
You got to watch your foot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Okay.
20.
All right. You can go ahead and stop. All right. So, what's your name, ma'am?
Callista.
Callista. All right, Callista.
Yes, sir.
So listen, this is what's going to happen tonight. We're going to go back to the office. We're going to do some paperwork, okay? I feel like you are too impaired to drive, okay?
Yes, sir.
I can smell an odor of alcoholic beverage minute off your breath, okay? And based off my field sobriety testing, I feel like you are too impaired, okay? So if you want to go ahead and turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for OVI, okay? Are those too tight? Is this your car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we're going to go back to the second car, okay? Going through Athens. One female, 21. Point 19. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, stick me, hurt me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check you with the back of my hand, okay?
You're okay.
You don't have anything on?
There is a law here about.
Do you have any property in your car that you need?
My phone?
Your phone? Yeah, I'll get your phone. Is your purse in there?
The area
I just
patrol,
need
and
my
if you
phone.
could
Just your
stop
phone?
by the
Okay.
house and let them know that everything's okay.
Is she okay with us parking?
Let me I'm pretty sure she'd be okay with it. Would it be okay for us to move your car so that way then we don't have to tow it?
To where?
We're gonna move it into like a parking spot. Okay.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, she's fine with it.
Okay.
What this means. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up to the office. And we're gonna do some paperwork. I gotta go over some stuff with you, and then the other officer's gonna bring your phone up. And we're gonna try to get you. We're gonna have you call somebody, have them come pick you up, so you can go home. Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
The other officer, when he brings your phone up,
Yeah.
we're gonna have you, after we go over the paperwork and stuff like that, we'll have you call somebody to get a ride. Okay. All right, you can hop on out. Be careful, it's a little slippery. I'm gonna go right over here to the front.
I understand you're just doing your job. It's our decision when it's possible.
What's that?
Said it's just a hard decision. Maybe I just didn't wait too long. I'm not gonna say you're wrong on your decision. But
I'm gonna go right back here to this glass wall. Okay. Just go ahead and stand right here real quick. Hold on. Just stand right here. I'm gonna take these handcuffs off. Okay. Go ahead and turn around. Go ahead and spread your feet for me. There you go. All right, there you go. Go ahead and have a seat right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this with you, okay?
yes,
We're going to start up right here, right up at the top, and work our way down, okay?
yes, sir.
So this is the B&B 2055, okay?
Yes.
This is the consequences of test and refusal, revised code 4511-19-2. You are now under arrest for OVI, operating a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol, a drug, or a combination of them. If you refuse to take a chemical test required by law, your highway driving privileges will be suspended immediately. You'll have to pay a fee to have the privileges reinstated. Okay, so what I'm going to ask today is that for you to provide a breath sample.
Okay.
Okay, would you be willing to provide a breath sample?
If that's what I'm supposed to do.
Well,
I've
it's
never
up to
been-
you. You can either say yes or no. If you don't want to take a breath sample, that's fine. If you do want to take a breath sample, that's fine. But it all ends up the same way.
What do you mean?
Well, one, you go home at the end of the day, and you'll get a traffic ticket, and you'll get a court date. And so it's up to you. I don't want you to feel like you have to provide a sample. It's up to you.
It's just that I've never been in this situation before. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I've never drank and drive under the influence. So
So the penalties would be, I don't know if you got to that part. If you were to take a test tonight and you were to be over the legal limit of .08, the state's going to place you under a 90-day suspension starting today. If you were to refuse the test tonight, the state's going to place you under a 1-year suspension starting today. Okay? It's the only difference whether you take a test tonight or not makes. All right? Even if you don't want to take a test, like you said, your friends are getting a ride for you, you're still gonna go home tonight. Okay? You're still gonna have a court date, but that's the only difference whether you take a test or not that that's going to make. Okay?
okay. I mean, I didn't drink a lot tonight.
Okay.
I really didn't think that I was drinking enough to drive under the legal limit. I mean, I'm not gonna refuse whatever you guys suggest. I mean,
Okay, well, he's gonna ask for a breath test. Are you willing to give a breath test today?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if that's, I know, I've never been in this situation before,
No,
quite
that's
honestly. And I'm really trying not to cry. I really don't want to make you guys
that's all
feel
right.
any type of way because I
No.
understand.
No, that's all right.
I'm a teen development and
So,
child. I feel like
do you
I
just want?
Come on out here. I'll have a seat in the black chair in the corner over there for us. Okay.
Yes, sir. If this is gonna make, I don't understand really. I've never been in this situation before.
That's all right.
It's just kind of making me really anxious. So if this is gonna make it worse, then I really hope that you kind of.
What's that?
I really didn't drink much tonight, so I really hope that I don't know. I don't really know. I've never been in this situation before, so I really
That's all right.
don't know
Here, I'll
what to
take that
expect.
paperwork back from you for now.
Like I said, I think I was okay to drive, but
Okay. Like I said,
it's not.
it's well, like I said, but the thing is, this will show, more or less what. Okay, I mean, if you're over 0.08, or if you're under 0.08, this will show it. Okay, so.
I understand. I'm sorry, I've just never been in this type of situation before, so I'm very anxious about it all.
No, that's all right. So, like I said, I'm going to ask you, you're going to provide a sample.
Right.
Well, when we're done with that, it'll come out with a readout of what your breath sample is.
Right.
And then you'll go home with your friends with, like I said, paperwork, their
Right.
traffic ticket, the B&B form that I read you,
Correct.
and then you'll have a court date. And then you'll go to court, and at that court date, you'll be able to plead guilty, not guilty, no contest, okay, which the judge will go over all that with you, okay?
Correct.
And then after that, then it'll just kind of work through the legal process, okay? So, and then I don't know, these types of cases are a little bit more, the court handles them a little bit more like delicately than like an underage alcohol consumption. But I mean, I've seen it to where, I've seen things get worked out in court. Okay, so.
I was gonna say this is my first kind of thing that I've ever been through, so I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, I
about
seen
it
the
all.
only thing that you've ever had was a speeding ticket
Correct.
back in, it was 2024, but. Okay, so this is going to go through a series of pops, clicks, and beeps and stuff like that. The big thing is when it gets to the time to provide a sample, what you got to do is you got to wrap your lips around this. Just imagine like you're wrapping your lips around a straw, like a straw for like a cup.
Correct.
But instead of sucking, you're blowing, and you're trying to blow up a balloon. That's what you got to imagine. Okay, because I've seen people in the past where they don't wrap their lips around it, so it doesn't get a good seal. So when they blow, they're just blowing air out around it. And if the machine detects like people are trying to mess with it, like they're not providing a big enough sample, or they're trying to blow inconsistently, it will mark it as a refusal. Okay, which I don't think you want to do that. I think you just want to basically get this over with and get home. Okay, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really trying not to cry. Like,
No,
or
that's
any
all right.
emotion. Like, I don't want to make you feel like any type of way about it because I understand where you're coming from.
Like I said.
I don't blame you for, anything, but.
I understand.
I'm here to work with you. I wish if I was later on in my years and I was part of the system, obviously. But I'm not going to say anything, so. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to do anything, but.
So if you want to take this, I'll continue after. If you want to take that out of the bag, that mouthpiece. And just, put it right on there.
Like, I don't know. I don't want to make it, like, worse in the sense, like, obviously, we're here where we are.
No,
and
that's
I'm
alright.
not going to.
Okay, well, so,
But
like I said, what you got to do is just make sure you get it.
just blow.
Yeah, gotta go seal around it, and then just blow, like you're trying to blow up a balloon, but you're blowing through a straw. Okay? So whenever you're ready, take a big deep breath. And there you go. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, that should be good. You want to take that off there, baby?
Yes, sir. If I can.
There you go.
There you
Alright, you can throw that in the trash can. So, it's going to do another series of tests and you'll provide another sample, okay? And what it'll do, take the lowest of the two. Okay? So if you blow like a .08 on the first one, but you blow a .077 on the second one, it'll take the lowest one. Okay? This gives the person the benefit of the doubt. Okay? So same thing like last time, okay? Take a big deep breath. That's good. Do you want to take that off?
Yes, sir.
So, this is what your BAC was. 0.223. Okay. The legal limit in the state of Ohio is 0.08. Alright? So, I'll just read you that little section right there, okay? So this is independent of any penalty sanctions imposed upon you pursuant to any other section of the Revised Code, municipal ordinance, your driver's license, commercial driver's license, permit, or non-resident operating privileges are not suspended. The suspension takes effect immediately. The suspension will last at least until your initial appearance on the charge, which will be held within 5 days after the date of arrest or issuance of a citation to you. You may appeal the suspension at your initial appearance before the court that hears charges against you that resulted from the arrest or during a period of time ending 30 days after your initial appearance, okay? So since you provided a sample that was over the prohibited 0.08 and you don't have any priors, you're just going to be suspended for at least 90 days. But like I said, when you go to court, you can get bribing privileges and stuff like that.
Will
Okay?
that affect what I'm going to school for? Like,
I don't know if it shouldn't affect what you're going to school for. So I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it shouldn't affect it. Okay.
That's just what I'm mostly worried about. It's just
Okay.
like making sure it doesn't affect my future and all.
Well, it shouldn't affect it, but I don't know that for sure. Okay.
Right.
Do you have any questions?
Just those, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, it all just kind of depends on what happens next.
Well, like I said, I'm going to try and get this paperwork all finished up. What I'm going to have you do is I'm just going to have you go back over here real quick. Let me have a seat in there. I'm going to finish up this paperwork real quick, and then we're going to get you out of here. Okay? I just only have a couple more things to finish up, so. just want to have a seat right there, okay?
A few moments later.
Alright. So I'm going to go over this paperwork with you and then we're going to get you out of here, okay? So this is the form that I read you. This is the B&B 2255, okay? Up here is your information, alright?
Yes, sir.
This is, we parked your vehicle there for you. So it's just parked along the street, okay?
Where I was pulled.
Yeah, just about.
Family Dollar.
Huh?
By Family Dollar.
Yeah. Well, not by Family Dollar. By, the tattoo shop down there.
Correct.
So. Okay. So, what, so I checked this because you submitted to a test and you're .223, okay? And then I advised you that you were placed under suspension. I am going to seize your license, okay? And that you'll be provided a copy of this, okay? Alright, so it is a mandatory appearance. You do have to appear, okay? This down here is all your personal information, okay? And then this is today's date and time, okay, that you were stopped. You're driving this vehicle. It was on Stimson Avenue near Palmer Place, alright?
Correct.
You're being charged with 2 counts of, or there's 2 charges for OVI. One was because of the high test. One was just OVI, okay?
2 charges.
2 charges. A lot of times what happens, they just either dismiss the one, but that's the court, okay? It's because you blew .223, okay? Because that's considered a high test. .117 is considered like a medium test, all right? But like I said, a lot of times this one just gets dismissed, unless you're like like a habitual alcoholic. That's why, okay? But like I said, a lot of times these things get dismissed or reduced, okay? But that's up to the court to decide, all right? I just have to issue the citation to you, okay? And then it's just headlights required, okay? And then this is just conditions at the time of the stop. And then this is my information down here, okay? You have any questions? No? Okay. You just want to sign right there by the X. Sign by the X is not admission to guilt. The state received a copy of the citation date and that you will contact the court and appear to court, okay? If you cannot, thank you. If you cannot appear at the 27th, because like school or you said you work for Job and Family Services,
Correct.
contact the court, okay? Because you got a little extra time.
What would that mean, like?
Just give them a phone call. Just give them a phone call. Be like, hey, I got work, or hey, I got this, and see if maybe you could do like some sort of Zoom, okay? Instead of having to.
I was gonna say, like, I've never been through this type of
Okay.
situation.
Well, no, like I said, that's why I'm taking a lot more time than I would normally.
I was gonna say, this
explaining stuff to people, okay?
Like I said, I'm very cooperative. But
Yeah,
I
no,
just
absolutely.
want to get over this type of
No,
situation.
absolutely. Like I said, this is definitely like a speed bump in life, okay? But all right. Do you have any other questions?
No, I understand where you're coming from and
Okay.
everything.
Well, no, like I said, if you have any other questions, you can feel free to ask me, okay? But if you don't have any questions, we're gonna get you out of here, get you to your friends so you can go home, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. You just want to come on out. These are your keys, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We're just gonna go right out the door here. We're gonna go straight ahead, and then once we get to the carpet here, we're gonna make a left. Okay.
Correct.
Then right out this door, big heavy door. I'll be there. Okay.
Thanks.
Uh huh.